everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name is Mercy and this is the channel. So this is going to be my manga haul for the month of 2022. But before I go any further ahead with that, please take some time, smash that like button. Don't forget to hit that beautiful red subscribe button, become a subscriber to my channel, and of course don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time I post something new. So with that out of the way, let's get down to it. This is my manga haul for the month of April 2022. Now these are all the packages that came in over the last week. Basically the end of March 2022, but they're going to make it into this month April's haul. So yeah, let's get straight down into it. So first up in our haul, we have Peach Boy Riverside Volume 1. Now this is a new addition to my collection, and now I'm going to butcher this synopsis, so I will put up a blurb with the synopsis there, but I guess it somewhere up right now. I basically give you an idea of what it is. So we've got a main princess who's always stuck in the palace, and she kind of wants to go out and explore the world. She meets this stranger, a young boy, but he's not as innocent and helpless as he seems. He's like a badass when he and like I think he's a very notorious killer or something, a demon slayer or something, I'm not sure. And they meet up and stuff like that. But from what I gather is they both go their own separate ways. Later on, the girl does indeed end up going on adventures on her own, and for a long time they're on two separate quests. They don't meet up much. So that's basically what I think the story is. Now I do believe it is based. It has some relation to a Japanese folklore. I think Momotaro. I'm not sure. I don't know. Momotaro. Yes, Momotaro. Basically, it has the legend of Momotaro. I don't know the legend perfectly, but I do believe this guy Momotaro ends up, sort of comes from a peach or something. That's kind of, I guess, why they have the idea Peach Boy. I think he's floating down a river in a peach and he's taken in, and then he emerges from this giant peach. So I think that's where this is coming from. Now I'm very curious to see what the relationship is between this Japanese legend, folklore or legend, and this series, because they sound nothing alike. So yeah, this is Peach Boy Riverside Volume 1. This is an ongoing series. I think Volume 5 or 6 are currently out. So yeah, I'm considering Manga Slot's recommendation here. Now straight off the bat, when I look at it, I gotta say, I don't know if you can see this, but it feels like the cover has been cut, has been cut wrong, because you can see the pages peeking out. I don't know if you can see this, but you can very clearly see the pages of the manga. Now I can't show you artwork because of copyright problems coming out of Japan. So yeah, by Riverside, I do believe this has an anime adaptation. So yeah, that's Volume 1. So next up in my haul, I have No Guns Life Volume 2. Now I have got volumes 1 and 3 coming in. I don't know whether they'll make it into this clip or not, but we have here Volume 2. Now No Guns Life is a post-apocalyptic action shonen, from what I gather. I believe our main character is, I think they're called Altered. Now I find a lot of the themes similar to what we get in Q Hayashida's Dorohedoro, mainly because our main character is like, they're called Altered if I'm not mistaken, and he is altered because his head is he's had his head replaced with a gun. So he's like this sort of like cyberpunk post-apocalyptic story, and now they were these human beings who are turned into these half machine, half human beings, like this guy who's got a gun for a head. They were used for the war. Now the war has come to an end and it's time of peace. So this guy ekes a living out by helping other people like him who have been altered also. And he comes across another guy someone who comes to him for help. I think he is a detective or something like that. And this guy comes to him for help. And I don't know what happens, but that's basically the synopsis. Goes further ahead. Also, he has no memory of his life prior to when he became the cyborg sort of thing. So straight off when I read the synopsis for this, I will leave a blurb up just in case I butchered the synopsis right now. So basically what it is I found a few similarities to Dorohedoro. Now I know collecting Dorohedoro is a challenge, which I do not want to start yet. I'm not so sure whether I'd be interested in it, but I wanted to give No Guns Life a go. In Meet the Weeb family's Daddy Weeb does recommend Ellie, and I want to give it a shot. I love the covers. So yeah, No Guns Life Volume 2. Now before I open this, let me just put it out there. This is okay. This has got this lens cut stickers. So I don't know why they put that. Amazon put those stickers on, because those of you who are from India know that lens cut is like it's an online optical website. So a store, physical store. But yeah, anyway, just interesting to know. Okay, so the last manga in this clip, following the same theme as the previous haul, is No Guns Life Volumes 1 and 3. Now, like I said, I had explained what No Guns Life Volume 1 and 3 are. No Guns Life, the basic synopsis is. So if you see, like I said, the covers are really fascinating. I love some of them. I've seen a couple of other covers. They have like these awesome neon colors. It's kind of what drew me to them to begin with. But the story also seems highly intriguing. Now, straight off, Volume 2 comes plastic wrap. I don't know why. Volume 2 is plastic wrap, but Volume 1 and 3 are not. Now, I have to say straight off, there does seem to be a bit of yellowing in the bottom. I don't know much, but there is a bit of yellowing. It's not exactly as white as I thought it would be. I don't know if you can see it or not. But yeah, I'm very excited to get into this series. I'm going to give it the 3-volume rule. That's why I've got Volumes 1, 2 and 3. See if it's worth collecting. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it is. I know I didn't tell you, but it's currently the 3rd of April when I'm recording this. So yeah, that's just putting it out there. So that's all for this clip. I will see you in the next clip, which is going to be a week for me, but only a couple of seconds for you. So see you then. Hey everyone, so it's currently the 9th of April 2022 when I'm recording this, and I got a few packages in over the course of this week, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get straight down into unpackaging them. So the first item in this clip is the King's Beast Volume 2. Now I'm actively collecting this. I did haul Volume 1 in last month's haul. Go check it out. I'll leave a card to last month's haul somewhere up there. So do check it out. Now King's Beast is interesting. I put off reading this because I heard lots of mixed reviews about it. This is by the mangaka Rei Toma, who does Dawn of the Arcana. I haven't read Dawn of the Arcana, but I believe this is based in the same universe, like the same world setting. So we've basically got these demi-human beings who are half human, half demon or what, or beast or something. They are called beast servants. They are demi-humans, also called Arjans, and they are at young age they are separated. The young girls are taken off to brothels, and the young boys, if they are considered suitable, are taken by noble families to be servants. They are called beast servants as such. So our main character, that is this young lady here, who is in fact lady, she has a twin brother, and they get separated at a young age, and he gets sent off to the palace, where he falls victim to various political intrigues and ends up being killed. And she wants to find out why that happened, what happened to him actually, what was the reason, who did it. So she disguises herself as a male demi-human and ends up in the service of the prince. But the prince is nothing like what she expected him to be. So I'm guessing this is a shoujo title. So there is going to be romance in it. But I started reading the series yet. I'm waiting to get the rest of the volumes before I start it. So most probably next month I may be reading it. But of course I'm not decided yet, but in the month of May I'm thinking of observing No Manga May. So there may be a less of a haul in May and in June. So yeah, that's just a heads up. So King's Beast, I'd like to show you some of the art because I do believe this author's artwork is amazing, but I can't due to copyright issues. So yeah, The King's Beast Volume 2. Now next up in this haul is Lovesick Ellie Volume 1. Now I have got Lovesick Ellie Volume 2, which came in last month's haul, I think. So anyway, Lovesick Ellie it's a new series for me. It's all the hype on Mangagram right now on Instagram, and I hear a lot of people raving about it. So I wanted to give it a go. This is volume 1. I have volume 2 in my possession. I am going to give this the 3 volume rule before I decide whether to keep it in my collection or not. Now the story follows this girl who is a very ordinary girl. She's so ordinary that she almost blends into her background, into the background everywhere. There's absolutely nothing notable about her. However, she happens to have an online persona named as called Lovesick Ellie, and she's very popular on the internet, and she's popular because she posts thirst tweets about her crush, who happens to be the prince of the school, who is our main lead character. Now he isn't all he seems to be. He's very different. Now I personally don't know what the two-faced version of him is, what his real character is like, because I haven't started reading the series, but he is also supposed to be two-faced. So coincidentally, he ends up finding about her online persona, and she ends up finding about his true nature. And this is their story, and I guess they end up in a relationship together soon. So yeah, it's a very different type of premise from what I've read, but I'm guessing it'll have a lot of the familiar tropes, but I don't know. I want to keep my mind open and give this a go. So yeah, Love 1 will be giving this the 3 volume rule. Okay, next up I have Naoki Urasawa's 20th Century Boys. This is volume 2. Now for the longest time I had to put my collection on hold now because I was pretty adamant. I don't know whether that was pretty silly of me or not at that time, but I was pretty adamant that I collected this serially, but now I'm not so sure. But my main problem was I was not able to get my hands on this particular volume 2, but they have been restocking it, and as soon as it came into stock, I swooped it up as soon as possible. I had a very tough time getting my hands on this. Now I don't know how to clearly say the synopsis for 20th Century Boys, so I will leave a blurb with the synopsis up. But basically it is this group of childhood friends who have this club and this symbol and all that they make up when they are youngsters, when they are in middle school or high school, and they have a little club with the symbol and all, but of course they all grow up, go their separate ways, and our main character is shocked one day to find out that one of his friends seemingly commits suicide. Now he doesn't know why this person committed suicide, but there's some link between the symbol that they had created in their childhood and stuff, and some cult that is gaining power. So it's basically them solving this mystery. Now I've heard a lot of mixed things, particularly about the ending, but I do want to get into this. I do have volumes 1, 3 and 4. Now with 2 I have a straight run up to volume 4, but I will be collecting the series entirely before reading it because I've heard it's a very bingeable series. It has a couple of live actions also. I don't believe there's an anime adaptation, but I do believe there are a couple of live action adaptations. So 20th Century Boys, this is by one of the staples in the manga community, Naoki Urasawa. I've heard great things about his writing. I have not sampled it yet. I am actively collecting Monster as well as of now. So I really want to give it a go. But yeah, it sounds to be this type of stuff I would be interested in. I do hear his works are a bit of a slow burn. But yeah, 20th Century Boys Volume 2. Yeah, so we have volume 4 of the King's Beast also in this haul. I do believe I'm getting up till volume 5. I think volume 5. I'm not sure yet. All that is out currently of King's Beast should be in this month's haul, but let's see. So this is volume 4. Once again, I don't have much to say about this. I don't know, I've heard mixed things about it. I know not everyone loves it. I know a lot of people dropped it, but I'm hoping this checks all the boxes for me. I'm hoping this does not disappoint me. So yeah, The King's Beast volume 4. Now also in this haul is Beauty and the Beast of Paradise Lost by Kaori Yuki. This is volume 4. Now this is a dark gothic twist to the Beauty and the Beast story. I don't know how the Milton's Paradise Lost features in this, but I do hear it gets dark. It is supposed to be a dark gothic romance. That's all I know. I've never sampled anything by this particular mangaka. This is the first of her works, but I have heard good things about her. I know Geeky Dreams sings her praises all the time. I wasn't able to get any of her other series at decent prices, so I went in for this. This is now volume 4. Now, as far as I looked up, I could not find a release date for volume 5, or if there is volume 5, I assumed volume 4 was the last volume, but looking straight at this, it doesn't say anywhere that this is the final volume. But yeah, I do hope if this is not the final volume that there isn't much of a break between the next volume, because as far as I can find out, I can't find out the release date for volume 5 if there is a volume 5. But now that I have till volume 4, I will be jumping on this, I will be reading this, and I will make sure to give you my thoughts on it maybe further down the line. So Beauty and the Beast of Paradise Lost volume 4. I gotta say, Beauty and the Beast, the original animated cartoon, was one of my favorite cartoons. I love the songs in it. And I know a lot of people crap on the live action remake, but I thought it was pretty okay. It wasn't the worst thing possible. I kind of liked it. But anyway, Beauty and the Beast is like a childhood. The Disney animated film is very nostalgic for me. I loved it. It was a very prominent part of my childhood. So yeah, Beauty and the Beast of Paradise Lost. Okay. Also in this haul is Sweat and Soap volume 5. Now you're probably wondering why I have volume 5 and the series is almost completed. Now I have got the entire series. I was only missing volume 5. I had such a hard time getting my hands on volume 5. It was so not in stock. Every other volume was in stock and available, but volume 5 was not available. So I couldn't continue reading the series basically because I didn't have this volume. That's why at volume 3 I stopped, and now I have the entire series up to volume 11. It is complete, and I can't wait to read it. I will be stepping on reading this next month. It isn't in this month's TBR. Generally stuff that I this month will not be in that month's TBR, it will be in the next month. So yeah, I will definitely be jumping on this. This is supposed to be a very wholesome romance. From what I've read so far, it's just wholesome. Get past the original sniffing thing, but they are a very cute couple, a very healthy relationship between these two lead characters. So it's a nice office place romance for those of you who prefer romances of older thing. It is for older, it does get spicy. It is for older teens. It is for a slightly more older audience. If you like your main characters to be in a slightly higher age group and in the office place setting, sort of like not exactly like Wotakoi, but around the same age group setting, this is one for you. And it's one of the few examples in manga shoujo basically, but I do believe this is a seinen if I'm not mistaken, where there's a very healthy relationship between our two male leads. So yeah, volume 5, I'm so glad I have it. Now I can finally finish this series. And the last item in this clip is Monster Volume 2. So I have mentioned before that I am actively now collecting Monster Volume 2. FOMO kind of hit me when I saw these volumes in stock, and I said, chuck it, let me just start collecting this also. Now the main synopsis of Monsters, we have our lead character who is a doctor who's framed for a murder, and the story basically follows him trying to find out who actually committed the murder, why he was framed for it, and tracking down the killer and clearing his name basically. It's supposed to be like most Naoki Urasawa works. It is supposed to be a slow burn, and also what I've particularly heard about particularly Monster more so than 20th Century Boys, that it is better to binge read this. As a result, for both Monster and 20th Century Boys, I will be waiting to collect the entire series before I plunge into it. But I'm very intrigued to see where this story leads. Now this is volume 2. Now I do believe there are 9 volumes, and I do believe when you place them together in a matrix of 3x3, you do get a mural sort of thing. They do connect. So hopefully when I have collected all of them, which is going to be a lot later down the line, because I am going to be collecting it actively, but a bit slowly because price wise and all that. So yeah, Naoki Urasawa, Monster, definitely give it a go. Personally, I haven't read it. I haven't seen the anime yet, but people only rave about this. They say there are these small little things there that when you read, it's better to binge read for this particular reason, because there are so many small little things that you will need to connect and need to remember to keep track of the story. So yeah, Monster Volume 2. I'm glad I'm collecting this. I just hope it's not a very tough time now that stuff is starting to come back into stock. So yeah, that's all in this clip. I'm going to wrap it up for this clip right now. I will see you in the next clip. Hope to see you then. Till then. Hey everyone, so it's currently the 17th of April 2022 when I am recording this. I want to straight off apologize if my voice sounds a bit hoarse. I seem to have caught a cough or a cold from somewhere, so I just want to straight out apologize for that. But I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's straight away start off unpackaging these packages. So the first item in this video clip is the King's Beast Volume 3. Now I have explained King's Beast and why I'm interested in reading it. So yeah, this is Volume 3. I am going to be collecting as much as is out currently, which I think is around 4 or 5 volumes. And then I'll be going, binge reading it. Hopefully they start releasing the volumes a bit more regularly, a bit more quicker. Because yeah, I think this is going to be down my alley, but let's see. So here we have our next item, which is another volume of the King's Beast. This is volume 5. So now I have a straight run of all the volumes from 1 to 5, and I will definitely be giving this a read. I've got to say I am very excited about reading it. I've never sampled this mangaka's work. I have heard mixed things about it, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So the next item in my haul is Fruits Basket Volume 7. Now, I am glad I've got this finally, because it's been a journey for me trying to collect Fruits Basket. I've selected this collector's edition because this is more readily available than the singles and stuff that you normally get, which is severely out of print. But I had a tough time collecting this, and with this volume, I'm glad to say that my collection of Fruits Basket is finally complete. I have all the volumes from 1 to 12. And I will definitely be reading this. Now Fruits Basket, when I first went into it, I thought it would be a very light-hearted series, but it does very often follow a more darker path than at least basically what I expected. I've never seen the first anime, nor have I seen the more recent version of the anime. But once I read all the volumes, I do plan to give the anime a go. It does look interesting, and I have stayed as far away from spoilers as possible. So yeah, Fruits Basket Volume 7. Now that I have the entire series, I do plan on binge reading it probably next month, not this month. But I'm so excited that I finally have this. It was a journey collecting this because Volume 7 and Volume out of stock and going for exorbitant amounts, and I just was not willing to shell out that much cash. So I'm glad I'm finally completed this series. Fruits Basket Volume 7. I'm not going to go over the entire synopsis like I normally do, because I have gone over it numerous times in my hauls. So yeah, Fruits Basket Volume 7. I'm personally very thrilled to have this finally completed in my collection. So next up, I have Monster Volume 3. Now I have, like I have mentioned before, I have actively started collecting this. I hope I'm able to complete this. I'm not going to rush it as much as possible. I am going to be a bit slow with it, but I am going to actively collect this. This was kind of I don't know, it was like FOMO for me. When I saw the volumes were back in stock at decent prices, I knew I had to get my hands on them. I've heard this is a bit of a slow burn, but straight off the bat, I can tell you it is a bit damaged here. It's dented and dinged up here, which is it's kind of disappointing, but yeah, it is what it is right now. So I'm going to let it slide right now, but this is Monster Volume 3. Now the last item in this clip is 20th Century Boys. This is volume 5. So I'm looking at it for some damage. I do see a bit of damage here right on the spine. So yeah, I'm not really happy about that. But 20th Century Boys, also another Naoki Urasawa work. I'm definitely actively collecting this as well, and I can't wait to read them. I am definitely going to collect the entire series of Monster and 20th Century Boys before I read them, but I have faith because I've heard nothing but good things about these. But I have heard a couple of mixed reviews about the ending of 20th Century Boys, but I don't know. I'm definitely going into it with an open mind, and now that I finally have managed to get my hands on volume 2, I'm so glad that I can finally start collecting the series, and I hope I'm able to complete it at least by the end of this year. So 20th Century Boys, this is volume 5, steadily collecting it. Hopefully I'll be able to complete it by the end of this year. So these are all the stuff that came in this week. Quite a few interesting stuff. So happy I finally got Fruits Basket volume 7. Yeah, I'm so stoked about that. So anyway, that's it for this clip. I will see you in next week's clip, which is going to be a week for me, couple of seconds for you. So till then, see you guys. Bye. Hey everyone, so a few packages have come in over the course of the past week. It is currently the 24th of April 2022 when I'm recording this. Hopefully I'll have the haul out pretty soon. This is most probably going to be the last clip in this haul. So without wasting any time, let's get down into it. So the first item in this clip is Black Clover volume 7. Now I do have Black Clover up to volume 5 and I'm slowly collecting this. From what I have read so far, I've read only a few volumes, but I thoroughly enjoyed my time with it. So yeah, I will be collecting this actively, though a bit on the slow side, but I can't wait to collect more of this and get more into the series. The small bit I have read, I think I've read only 2 volumes. The small bit I have read, I thoroughly enjoyed. I watched a few episodes of the anime and that also was pretty enjoyable. So yeah, Black Clover volume 7. Now I'm not going to give a brief synopsis because my videos end up becoming too long. So as and when I feel, I will be adding synopsis, but since Black Clover is such a popular series, I will not be giving a synopsis for this. So yeah, Black Clover volume 7. The next item in my haul is Jujutsu Kaisen volume 15. Now this is the latest volume that is currently out, and I swoop in and get these volumes the minute I have a chance to get them. But I have actively made a decision to wait until the next volume before I read further, because I think the next volume is where the Shibuya arc ends, and I want to read the entire binge read the entire arc in its entirety. So that's kind of why I'm waiting for it to end before I read and proceed further. That's why I'm going to put a halt in reading this, but I will be definitely collecting this as and when I can get my hands on them. Jujutsu Kaisen volume 15. I love this series. I love the anime and I can't wait for season 2 for it to come out. Though the character on this cover is not my favorite character, But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 15, it's definitely a fun shonen, a lot darker than you'd expect it to be. And the Shibuya arc is just crazy. At least I've read a bit of it and I thoroughly enjoy my time with it. So if you're into shonen and stuff like that, and can stomach a few darker aspects, Jujutsu Kaisen is definitely the way to go. I know a lot of people consider it mid, but I thoroughly enjoy my time with this series. Yeah, so that's Volume 15, JJK. So the next item in my haul is Spy Family Volume 7. Now, Spy Family, I don't know what to say about it. I'm thoroughly enjoying the anime that's currently coming out. I watch it weekly the minute the episode releases, and I thoroughly enjoy the anime. I think they did a very good job adapting it, at least for the few episodes that have so far been out. This is Spy Family Volume 7 and we've got the main antagonist's son on the cover. Now this is the kid that Twilight and his adopted daughter need to get close to. So little Anya has to get close to this kid. I think his name is Damien. Yeah, I think this is Damien or hold on a second. Yeah, Damien. This is Damien Donovan. So the main story is we've got our main character who's Twilight, a spy. His daughter, he needs to set up this fake family to infiltrate this hi-fi school. So he needs a daughter and a wife. So he manages to wrangle in these two people. He adopts a daughter who ends up being a telepath, and he manages to rope in a lady to play his wife named Yor. And unknown to him, she's an assassin. So, and the thing is, neither of them know this about each other except of course the daughter, who is the telepath, and she's kind of like the glue, and she's so adorable. Spy Family Volume 7, it did take a little bit of time for the volume to come out, but I'm going to be binge reading this. I have read, I think, up till Volume 4. Beyond that, I haven't read, but now that I have Volume 7, I do want to read it. I do have a tendency to binge read my volumes, my series, but this, I can't hold on any longer. I need to read this. So Spy Family Volume 7. This is the latest volume that's currently out right now, and I am currently up to date with this series. Spy Family, for anyone who's just getting into manga, this is the kind of manga that it's got a bit of everything. It's got humor, it's got heart, it's got action, it's got political intrigue, it's got everything. It's got comedy. So thoroughly, I can all out very wholeheartedly encourage anyone who's even new to manga. Particularly, this would be a very good jump off point for anyone who's new to manga, as this was one of my first mangas that I ever purchased and that I ever got into, and I never regret it at all. So Spy Family, I definitely recommend. Do give it a go. Is thoroughly enjoyable. And next up, I have yet another anticipated volume for me, Kaiju number 8 volume 2. Now this is a series that was so hyped up, and I honestly was a little skeptical whether it would live up to the hype, but I'm glad that I got into it because I thoroughly enjoyed volume 1. This is only volume 2, but volume 1 sold me completely. I know I read a few chapters of volume 1 online on the Shonen Jump app just to sample it to get an idea, and it convinced me to get into the series. And after I went through the entire volume 1, I did do a reading log in which volume 1 is. I'll leave a link somewhere up to that particular reading log so you'll get an idea of what this series is. This series is basically this guy who this is the guy on this cover is not the main guy. He is his friend, and our main guy, it's in this world which is plagued by kaiju, and the city that has maximum of the kaiju attacks is Tokyo, and our main character is in the crew that cleans up the corpses of the kaiju after they've been defeated. He had once made a promise with his childhood friend that they would make it to the top, to the defense force, the force which takes down the kaiju, but somehow he ends up failing the test, and his childhood friend, she makes it, and she's the top of the top, the cream of the crop. She's the leader of the top force that takes down the kaiju, and he ends up in the cleanup crew, and he decides to finally, sort of circumstances intervene, and he decides, no, I'm definitely going to give it a final shot, and I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to pass those entrance exams, and I'm going to get into that Kaiju Defense Force and keep my promise. But the problem is, just as this is about to go down, he ends up through a series of circumstances becoming a kaiju himself. So now he's got to give these exams and enlist in this defense force, all the while hiding the fact that he is in fact a kaiju himself. So it was a lot more funnier than I expected it to be, and was very heartfelt, a lot more heart than I expected it to be. There was a ton of action. Kaiju, I'm sold. I thoroughly enjoyed volume 1, and I would highly recommend. The hype on this is real. It is definitely worth. I was honestly skeptical going into this series, wondering whether it would be live up to the hype that was surrounding the release. But it is real. It is thoroughly enjoyable, and I definitely suggest you give it a go. Kaiju number 8, would recommend. So the next item in this haul is Lovesick Ellie volume 3. Now I haven't started reading this series. I have got volumes 1 and 2. I haven't started reading the series, but I will be giving this a 3-volume room before deciding whether I'll keep this. This is a brand new series in my collection. So since this is a shoujo title, I am expecting a good deal of romance and stuff, a good deal of humor and comedy. Aside from the plot, of course, the plot seemed very the premise seemed a little bit different from what your standard shoujo is. So I am interested in seeing this. Like I said, I'm going to keep an open mind, give it the 3-volume rule, and then make my decision. So Lovesick Ellie volume 3. Next up, I have Yoko Nogiri's Those Not So Sweet Boys volume 6. Now Nogiri sensei is known for having short series. I've read one of her series, that is That Wolf Boy Is Mine. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I haven't read her their other series, that is Love and Focus, which I believe is a 3 or 4 volume series, if I'm not mistaken. That Wolf Boy Is Mine is a 4-volume series, and if I'm not mistaken, Those Not So Sweet Boys is going to be a 7-volume series, which is why I'm not going to read this. I have the rest of the series. I have up to volume 5 and now with volume 6. So I have a straight run up to volume 6. I will wait for volume 7 to come out before I dive further into the series. I have read up till volume 2, I think, but I will be binge reading the rest of the series once volume 7 comes out. Till then, I'm going to put it on a hold. But yeah, what I read of the series, I enjoyed. I thought it was quite good. We've got our main character here, this girl. She starts with bringing, okay, let me start off straight from the beginning. She's not doing so well in her family, in her home life. So she's got like a part-time job, which is not allowed in her school. And somehow her school chairman or headmaster or something, he finds out about it. And he puts this deal to gives her this deal. He sort of gives her this ultimatum saying, okay, I'll let you keep your job. I won't expel you from the school as long as you get this group of, I think 3 or 4 boys, delinquent boys who haven't been coming to school, to come to school, attend their classes, and attend all the classes with all the regular students. So if you can do that, I'll let you keep your job. So obviously she puts her whole heart and soul into getting these delinquent guys to come to school. And very straight off in the first volume itself, these guys, they say that, they show that they're actually not really delinquents, they're just misunderstood guys. And of course, one of them is a love interest for her. So yeah, so basically it's her story of navigating her relationship with these guys, and also her fledgling romance with one of these guys. So straight off in the first volume itself, it shows them coming back to school. But I am interested in seeing how it goes. 7 volumes, I think, is just the sweet spot for a series such as this. And like I said, I will wait for volume 7 to come out before I continue reading this series. So Those Not So Sweet Boys, from what I have read so far, I thoroughly had a good time. And if you're a shoujo reader, I definitely suggest you give this a go. It is definitely going to be up your alley. So Those Not So Sweet Boys, I would recommend. And the last item in this haul is the Dragon Knight's Beloved. Now this is a series that I'm going into completely blind. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. I know the basic synopsis. I have hauled volume 1. This I believe is volume 2. Yes, this is the manga. So we've got this guy who's the keeper of dragons, and he's about to leave the castle and go off. I think he's a duke or something. I'm not sure, but he is titled and he's about to go back to his lands and all that. And there's this young girl who's a maid in the palace, and he, I think, has a thing for her already. And the thing is, she gets along very well with his dragon, so that's a plus point for him. This is basically their story. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about this, don't quote me on this, but he basically asks her to pose as his fiancé or something like that, to keep all the, the title hungry women off him. But I think he basically seriously has a sweet spot for her, but I think she's oblivious. Now, I'm not really sure about this. I haven't started reading this. I have got volume 1. I have heard mixed things about this, so I don't know how far. I will be giving it the 3-volume rule to see whether I enjoy it or not before I go. Now, straight off, this is a very small volume. This is small volume, but it is pretty heavy. It's a lot heavier than a lot of these other volumes, like the Not So Sweet Boys volume. Doesn't feel as weighty as this one does. I don't know why. I don't know. I like it. I like that it's heavy. I don't know why. But yeah, Dragon Knight's Beloved. I don't know yet whether I can recommend it or not, but I will be keeping an open mind and giving this the 3-volume rule. So that's Dragon Knight's Beloved, volume 2. So as an extra clip, I did receive this item. It's a bit of merch that I have got, and I think I'll just insert it somewhere at the end. Hopefully I don't forget. So I don't know whether you're seeing this clip or not, but I thought I'd share this, unboxing with you, sort of like unpacking, more like it. So the items I got as merch this month were these Fruits Basket acrylic stands. Now I got the Fruits Basket acrylic. This video, you probably know that I finally finished my Fruits Basket collection. I have the entire manga series now in its entirety, and I'm so happy. So I wanted to sort of commemorate it by getting these stands. So I'll set them up and I'll give you a look at them. Okay, so I've assembled the stands. So I have Kyo here. These are simple acrylic stands I got. I did buy these at japanimation.in. I'll leave a link to the store in the description down below in case you guys are interested. They are a bit pricey, but I didn't know where else to get acrylic stands, particularly where I am from. So this is Kyo, and we've got Toru. There was a chibi version similar to this Toru stand, but I decided not to go in for that because I didn't like the aesthetics for Kyo particularly. But if you can't tell, Kyo and Toru are my couple. They are the ship that I have. Now I haven't read the whole of Fruits Basket, so I don't know. I've tried to stay as free of spoilers as possible. But yeah, I'm thoroughly happy to have these in my collection. A bit pricey, but I thought to celebrate that I've managed to finally collect all of Fruits Basket. So yeah, that's it for the merch this month. So yeah, see you in the next one. So these are the items that I got in this week. So I've got a lot of interesting stuff this week. I am going to actively start collecting Monster and 20th Century Boys. So I'm thoroughly thrilled with what I've got. Like I said, most of them is just filling up gaps in series that I've already got. I will be observing no manga May, except for pre-orders and stuff like that. There will be a haul, most of what is carried over from the month of April. But May, I will be doing my best, resisting temptation as much as I can to observe no manga May. So May might not have that great a haul, and neither may June. So just giving heads up on that. But that's all I have right now. But of course, you guys, hearing from you makes my day. So please hit me up in the comment section down below. My social media accounts are also linked in the description. They are also currently up on the screen, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. Hit me up whenever you can. And I love to hear comments and suggestions and recommendations from you guys. So, and also if social media and all is not your jazz, you can hit me up on my email, which is also currently up on the screen, simply on mercy@funny-pajamas.com, pajamas with a Y. So that's all I have for you right now. I'm pretty excited about this haul. I want to do a ton of reading in May. Hopefully I'm able to do that. My reading log should be coming out next week, so please keep an eye out for that. That's all I have for you right now. I'm gonna end it right here. I hope you guys are staying happy, staying healthy, and staying safe. That's all I'm gonna end. I'm not gonna blabber on anymore. I'm just blabbering more and more. So I'm gonna wish you guys a happy goodbye. See you guys in the next one. This is Mercy signing out. Bye. Have a good one, everyone.